Hi guys, back again with this Sharp GF555E Ghetto blaster. This is the final part. I've got a problem with the rewind. As you can see on both decks, when you press rewind it does nothing. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it won't. As you can see here, it will not rewind at all. So what I'm going to do is remove the cassette deck. It's a double deck on these. So I'm just going to remove the entire deck. Just fast forward that for you and dismantle it and see what the problem is, and I'll show you back here what I've found. There's the brown gear here, and the teeth are stripped, missing, and it's a bristle gear. You can see one of the gears on the side there, it's broken away, and this is on both sides, left and right tape decks. As you can see there, that little brown gear there, it's just brittle, and most of the teeth are gone. So I've removed the gear from here, and I found an alternative. I'm just putting that in place now, and just make sure it spins freely, as you can see there. And these are the two gear retainers. I'll just pop them back on, one for the left, one for the right. As I've said, I've had to replace both gears. And I'll just put the right hand side back on, now that I've changed the gear on that side also. Just check that it's okay. This golden gear comes down and enables it to rewind. Also, this is the forward idler. You can't really see in this image, but the tire is got like a kink in it, like a dent in it somehow. So I'll just take that off of the wheel and show you. Just show you here. Get a little freeze frame. You can see a little nick missing out of it there, which will cause uneven play. So all I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to refit it, but turn it inside out. So the kink will be on the inside, as you can see there, and that's for the forward idler. That's for when it's playing, it turns the capstan and turns the gear. And also there's a brake pad here that's coming adrift. I'm just going to put a bit of super glue on it, just hold it in place. Now inside here, where the capstan roller is, it's completely perished. It's just a mush. So what I've got to do is remove the supply pulley with the capstan on it, and I'm just going to remove the housing also, because the rubber's perished. It's left bits of rubber inside here. I need to get them out. As you can see there, I've removed it, and just show you here where the capstan goes through. There's normally a rubber drive gear on there, but it's completely gone, completely perished on both sides. And let me just show you here. You can just about see inside here. There's just nothing left of it, nothing left of the rubber roller that was there, and there's remnants on the capstan here, look. So I'm gonna have to give this a clean. So that's the housing for the capstan, the bearing, and just giving it a clean here. Just got to get rid of all the remnants of rubber that was inside, and as you can see here, it's nice and clean. Both sides were perished. See, all the rubber's gone there. So I've just refitted it, as you can see here. the supply pulley with the capstan. I've given them a clean also, both sides, left and right, as you can see here. So it's just a matter of putting it all together now. This cassette is in, there's about 3 sections. I'm just putting the rear section back in place. A bit tricky, but I will get to it. And here you can see me just putting the drive wheel for the capstan back in. Just put it in partially for the moment, because what I've got to do, I've got to make a new feed roller, as the other one would have perished. I've got this bit of silicone pipe which I'm going to use. Just cut the 2 sections down. These will be the actual drive feed rollers for the idlers. So it's just a matter of popping them inside this section here. Where the capstan goes through. And you can see I've just popped that inside there. The best shot I can give you. And then it's just a matter of, I'll just put this hair clip in, because I've got to get it in the right position, because I've got to push the capstan through. So it's just a matter of lining it up, as you can see here. And then all I've got to do is push this through. Push the capstan through. As you can see, it's just coming through there, and it'll go through the silicone and then straight through. And that's the new drive feeder for the idlers. Just get them in position there, and the arrow just indicates that they're all lined up. And then now that it's all lined up, I'll put the little black retainer on the capstan, and I'm just going to test it by pressing play. And at the back, as you can see here, I'm just winding it manually just to test it. So if I press play, as you can see, the capstan's turning and the supply pulley's turning as well. Just stop that, and if I press fast forwards, as you can see, the supply pulley is fast forwarding. This means quicker, obviously, in fast forward mode. And then I just test the rewind, and as you can see, the take-up pulley for the rewind is also spinning. So that should be okay. That seems to have tested fine. So it's just a matter of fitting this assembly back inside of the unit, the tape cassette decks, fitting them back inside the unit. I'm going to have to speed this section up because there's quite a lot involved. You can see me just fast forwards in it, and it's pretty much installed there, just connecting the connectors for the power supply underneath. Also, there was an issue with sound on the left hand side. It plays fine in stereo through the radio, but when you play it back on record, when you play the tape decks back, sorry, it's just the one side, as you can see there. So here you can see me recording, and it's playing back through the left, just through the right hand side there. It's not coming out in stereo. So all I did in this case, I've just reflowed the main amp board on the back with a hot air gun. Just reflowed it with a hot air gun, and also there's a little PCB for dubbing on the front. I've reflowed that also. As you can see here, now we've got both channels working. So that's sorted. As you remember, as before in the previous videos, I stripped the unit down and give it a clean, the front cover. Unfortunately, this trim fell off. It does tend to fall off on a lot of this model, but I'm just going to super glue it back on, super glue it back in place. And then, if you remember from the first video also, I removed the cassette deck dampers, which makes the doors open slowly. You've got them here. I didn't fancy putting them through the wash, so I'll just refit them also. It's just one each side. Just give a little close up of the cassette door dampers, I think they're called. Just refitting that. And just testing them. You see it makes the door open slowly. Now that that's done, I'm going to refit the speakers, which I also removed. It's just 2 bass and 2 tweeters at the front here, so I'm just going to refit those also. And then I'm just going to screw them in lively. Just fast forward this section also for you. And that's in. Now that that's ready, I'll show you there. So it's just a matter of putting the back cover back on now that everything's finished. There's a little earth on the back, goes onto this I think it's an antenna on the back here. Just put that connection on, and then there's a connection for the aerials, which also needs to be plugged in, which I'm doing here. Then it's just a matter of putting the back cover on, like so. And I'll just lay it on its back. There's a bit of a mess underneath, which I'll need to get around to also, which I need to clear. And you can see the bottom of the unit's got some stickers on, which I need to remove. So it's just a matter of putting the front cover back on after connecting the speakers back up. And here you can see I'm just making sure there's no wires getting snagged or anything. And that's the front cover fitted, so it's just a matter of flipping it over and putting the screws in the back, like so. And it's just a matter of putting the 9 screws back in. I'll do that lively also. And just popping the battery cover back over on. And that's, there you can see the unit's finished there. So just gonna have a look at the cosmetics on it. It's pretty tidy unit compared to most that I've seen out there. Got a couple of scratches on this chrome section here. So I bought this chrome paint marker. I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit. Just use this chrome paint on some of the parts that have been scratched off. And then I'm just going to have a go at painting some of these keys, little white marks on them have worn away over the years. So you can see there, I put a bit of masking tape around it, and just give it a quick paint, see what it looks like. And I'll just give you a before and after. That's what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. Okay guys, this section is, as you can see, the radio is complete now. Just give you a few shots of it, the angle. That's the back section with the phono connections. And like I said, this is the complete unit now. Just give it a test for you. Switch the radio on, and sound problem seems to be resolved. Got sound at both left and right. This little editing section there, and then we've got the ejects. If you remember before, I moved the dampers, put them back on, and they seem fairly slow ejecting, so that's fine. And I'm just going to record a bit of the radio just to show you, being as I've repaired the cassettes. And this is the playback, as you can hear here, working fine. So that concludes. Thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.